online, on the go. Fox Toledo News at 6:30 starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Laura Emerson.
And I'm Sean Hagerty. Here's the news for Tuesday, February 23rd. A Toledo City Council member calls one of the mayor's proposed cuts to the budget unfair for a certain group of people.
Today, George Sarantou talked about the city dropping the tax credit for those who live in Toledo but work outside of Toledo. Michelle Zepeda joins us now live in the newsroom to make sense of this. Michelle?
Well, the topic of tax reciprocity can get confusing, but right now we're talking about Toledoans who drive to places like Perrysburg or Oregon to work. Toledo gives them a tax break on their income taxes since they have to pay Toledo and the city where they work. The mayor wants to cut that from the budget. Councilman Sarantou says there's a better option. Eliminating the tax credit would save the city around $8 million, but it would put a huge financial burden on this select group of Toledoans, possibly forcing them to move to the city where they work. Here's an example. If the tax credit is dropped, a Toledo resident who works in Oregon and makes $50,000 a year will now pay an additional $1,125 a year in income taxes.
So it's a question of fairness. And I just think to single out 19,000 people to try to balance the budget on their backs, I think is wrong.
So Sarantou is proposing a monthly trash fee of $8 to any Toledo resident that recycles and $16 if you don't.
This would mean everyone in the city, all 95,000 customers of the refuse department would contribute to closing our deficit.
And so I think that that's great. And as I said, I'm not stuck on my ideas. If somebody else has ideas or concepts that are going to help us balance that $48 million deficit, I'll listen to them.
That trash fee will not cover the full cost of keeping the tax credit, so more savings will need to be located. The mayor hopes to hand the budget over to council by the 1st of March, and it has to be balanced by March 31st. Reporting live, Michelle Zepeda, Fox Toledo News.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. So do you think Toledo should continue to give a tax credit to people who work outside the city? It's our Fox Toledo feedback question of the night. You want to go to Twitter, Facebook, or send us an email with your comments.